First time since 2017 when she was at North Carolina at the setter spot.
Right, start as a setter. We see her in the starting rotation regularly, but not as a setter. And what a lot to go with Holly Carlton with all the experience she brings to the floor. Interesting, Tom, I show up today wondering what lineup will LSU use because they threw a lot of different lineups on the floor yesterday. And it's Florida with the big surprise in that Marley Montsray not in the lineup.
Bannister serves for LSU after getting a kill to even it up at one apiece. To the right side, Florida goes to Mia Sokolowski, who is in the lineup for Florida. Very versatile player. Mia Sokolowski gets the kill there. She's played on the left, she's played on the right, and when Dario King sprained her ankle in the fall, she was training some at middle too, just in case.
And because Holly Carlton right now looks as though she's setting in a 5-1, you need another right side player. Mia gets the nod. As you said, Mia and Holly, probably the two players on that Florida roster that can do the most for this team in terms of versatility. They can really play nearly every position.
Riley Fisher checks in, serves for Florida. Bannister on the right side from the back row for LSU. Holly Carlton steps in and sets the middle. Lauren Forte blasts away. The transfer from Cal.
That's huge, not just because she blisters that one, but because of the confidence factor. Here you've got Lauren Forte just trying to learn the ropes here at Florida, and all of a sudden you have a new setter that's getting you the ball on the fast tempo set. Nice job by Holly Carlton.
Fisher with the bullet. Pass made by Brister. LSU will just have to send it across. A free ball played by Thayer Hall for Florida. Right side Sokolowski. She flips the wrist but just misses it wide.
And maybe a surprise here that two sets early in this set here go to Mia Sokolowski on the right side. But I think I like the setting choice, and I have a feeling that's by design. They're going to force the block to think about defending the right side. They want them to know there's a legitimate threat over there. They're not just going to throw balls up to the left side all night.
Flickerer serves for LSU and serves in the net. One of four freshmen on this LSU squad. They start with a different lineup tonight, do the LSU Tigers. Onwusi gets the nod in the starting role, as does Hannah Brister, who came off the bench last night. So 4-2 Florida, and checking in another one of those talented back row players for Florida, who was budding for that libero position until it was grabbed by the freshman McKissick. That's Paula Sarami. Out to the outside to Brister, the off-speed shot. Holly Carlton sets the back row and is called for an illegal contact.
That was a great pickup by Tiara Caesar as she released from left front to pick up that off-speed shot. But what it does is it takes Caesar out of the transition pattern. So now you've got Holly with only a middle option or trying to set a back row attack. You wonder if with Holly in the setting position, they'll raise that back row attack a little and make it an option that's easy to go to. Not that time. They're still trying to go for the tempo.
Reagan Chanchuli serves for the Tigers. The short ball, we saw that last night. Out to the outside to Caesar, and just the tip shot over the LSU block. And when you're looking at Caesar, there are a lot of wow plays in her repertoire, but this time she pulls it back and just tips it for the score.
She and Thayer Hall both with a tip on the left side for a kill so far. And I think that's really interesting in that they've gone to such a fast tempo offense that stepping into that setting position is going to be difficult. The timing could be a little off.
Back row attack, Bannister is good as she goes to her right, around a triple block.
And I'll tell you what, LSU said we're searching for kills. They know they have to terminate more balls to compete with Florida. This is one way to do it. Use Taylor Bannister even when she's in the back row.
Bannister second in the league in kills per set behind DeBerg at Missouri. Holly Carlton, that's what she can do on second contact. Extend that 6-foot frame up and go at it with the left hand for the kill.
Not a problem when you're 6'7". She could have set that ball, I think, if she wanted. She had Forte coming, but she can also take it over just as easily. Remember, she is naturally left-handed.
Ellie McKissick, the freshman, now ensconced in the libero spot for Florida, serves it here. Slide play to Foreman, who we saw late in the match last night. Tip shot, Caesar. Nice choice from Rose to go to the right side. It's played up by Caesar. Hall off the net. Maybe try to do a little bit too much with that ball and caught the tape.
Yeah, and she was well off the net. I'm not sure if she realized how far off she was and how far inside she was. That's where you really have to rely on communication from your teammates.
Here's Brister serving for the LSU Tigers. Outside to Hall. Goes Florida, and she hits it off the block attempt of Foreman. Bannister on her right shoulder.
Nice job there by Thayer Hall, and I tell you, it's got to feel a little frustrating for Florida, who's been working on tempo, speeding up tempo of their offense, to now have to adjust at the setting position. And I felt like they were just hitting a rhythm, and now you're having to ask those outside hitters to perhaps slow down a bit.
Rose goes to the outside for LSU at the center spot to Flickinger, and Flickinger off of Sokolowski and Dooley. You put their jerseys together, 9-9-9 on the right side, and it's a kill as LSU pulls back to within one at 7-6.
And Sokolowski at 6'3" is so long. She has great blocking arms, huge hands. She's a real blocking threat over there, so Flickinger's got to feel pretty good about going off of that particular block.
Emmeline Walters serves for LSU. McKissick with a solid pass from back right. Thayer Hall. The angle shot is played up by Emmeline Walters. Free ball Florida after a great save in the press area. Quick middle set in transition. You have to like that choice by Holly Carlton to go right to the middle.
Beautiful set by Holly Carlton. Wow, is she such a wealth of talent. I've said it once, but what a luxury for this coaching staff to have 40 on their side of the net.
Thayer Hall readies to serve for the Gators. Pass by Chanchuli of LSU. Out to the outside to Flickinger. Down the line, and Holly let it go. And it was right on that far sideline. As you watch tonight, LSU in the court to our left with the all-black uniforms tonight, adorned in gold and purple. Another look at a nice swing from the outside.
You know, Flickinger thinking maybe she would be matched up against the smaller Marley Monts right now. She's facing Mia Sokolowski out there, and she has gotten the best of that matchup so far. What a big swing by Tiara Caesar, though, right down the line. And realize the set placement has to be perfect to have that line shot open. So hats off to Holly Carlton once again for a great ball.
Caesar had 14 kills last night in the first of these two matches. She's had double-digit kills in every match as a Gator, but one as Fisher checks back in with Florida up 2. Carly Rose takes a swing and just misses it long in Florida's back right. Right thought process, but just missed it.
Yeah, we talk about the height of Holly Carlton that allows her to attack. Well, how about the athleticism of Carly Rose that really gives her the same opportunities?
Rose will go to the outside to Flickinger. Off hands it goes. Somehow played up by Thayer Hall. Caesar. There's Chanchuli again. Carlton goes to the middle. Forte delivers. Lauren Forte gets her second in 2 swings on the evening.
In Florida, in what felt like a must-have situation, free ball opportunity, you're asking Holly Carlton to step into the setting position. You got to have the easy ones. And Lauren Forte comes up big there in transition, doing such a nice job hitting that quick set away from the setter. Really well played. Florida
on a 3-0 run to take this 4-point lead, make it a 4-0 run and a 5-point lead, 12-7.
We talked about the fact that Flickinger had been getting the best of that blocking matchup, and she may have so far, but it certainly has her thinking, because that ball missed wide was all about thinking about that Florida block. And Fran Flory talked about that after last night's match. She said we allowed the size and the strength of their block to dictate us a little bit, and we cannot do that.
4th serve this turn for Fisher. On Wusi on the slide play. Well executed by Carly Rose with a set to that right antenna.
Yeah, Tiara Caesar got caught on a tight base, bunched into the middle, and then on Wusi releases behind, and she's a step ahead of Caesar there.
On Wusi with great foot speed, got to that antenna in a hurry to register the kill. Here's Flickinger. Look out, close to the net. Holly Carlton got a hand on it. Free ball for LSU. They'll go outside to Brister. Chanchuli with the save. Caesar blast from the left pin on the angle shot.
And now all of a sudden the tempo of that offense doesn't seem like such a big deal anymore. Holly Carlton rolling right now. Beautiful ball to the outside, and at her height, the tempo of the offense could be even faster because she has the ability to go up and get that ball.
Fran Flory with an extended discussion with the down official Joshua Hall. We'll have a substitution for Florida as checking in to serve is Paula Sarame, now a junior, St. Thomas Aquinas. Calls Boca Raton her hometown. She'll come in to serve with the Gators with a 5-point lead. LSU has to scramble and just send one across for a free ball opportunity for Florida. Holly Carlton swings. Holly Carlton kills. Second contact, just reared back and ripped it with the left hand.
That was a great ball by Paula Sarami. Look how she puts a little something extra on that, a little bit of height. in order to give Holly Carlton that opportunity. Paulus-Raime knew exactly what she was doing when she passed that ball.
And I must be honest, I was thinking, how's Holly going to set this ball?
Yep.
It was tight to the net. She just said, I got this. Brister on the outside. There's Sarame to play it up. Caesar. Rose goes to the middle. On Wusi with some hops in the middle. Just goes back up when the ball was in the plane of the net and sent it back.
I really like the upside of Onwusi. I think she has so much potential as an attacker and a blocker. And opposite her tonight, as she rotates off, we are seeing Whitney Foreman in the middle as well. Those are the two most experienced middles for LSU.
Set to the middle for Forte, and Forte going to her right around the block. Gets it to the floor and gets the Gators to this break here with a 6-point lead in set number 1 over the LSU Tigers. Florida 15, LSU 9. We'll be right back. Ninth-ranked Florida hosting LSU for the second of 2 matches here in Exact Tech Arena. Tom Collette, Missy Whittemore with you. Florida took the opening match last night in 3 straight. Tonight, changes for both teams, and if you're just joining us, Marley Monserrat, sick but not COVID related, not playing tonight, and Holly Carlton's been pretty darn good so far for Florida in that role. She hadn't started as a starting setter since 2017 when she was at North Carolina. Service error there for Caesar.
I will say, Tom, Holly always puts the work in. Hasn't played in the setting position for Florida, but you and I, of course, here early for the matches, and she comes out with the group of setters and puts in a lot of time and effort to be ready in moments like this, and it's showing. What a great set again to the outside. That time it's Thayer Hall with the big swing. It was Hall last night who put the match away, match point on a big swing from the left side, and you had to love the body language. I could tell the set was going to go out there because she just had that give it to me kind of look.
Ball.
Yes.
And here's Ellie McKissick, the freshman libero for Florida, serving to her counterpart, Chanchuli. Rose has to play it off the forearms, but gets it in the middle of the banister. Look out, Holly can reach and get it. It'll be a free ball for LSU. There's one touch. They've got to get it over here. Free ball for Florida, played by Caesar. To the outside, again, blasting away. But a great play by Chanchuli. She dug up Thayer Hall. And there's Brister just tooling one off the hands of Florida's middle. Lauren Dooley there.
And missed opportunities both ways. It was LSU who had a free ball opportunity, couldn't capitalize, gives it right back to Florida. They don't capitalize, and then Brister is the one going off the big block.
Dooley just pushes one across off hands for the kill.
It pays to be in the right place at the right time. It doesn't have to be the hard hit ball. Just be in the air and be available.
Florida hitting over 500. So in the first set, after just getting used to the different delivery, the different height of where the ball is coming from 6'7" Holly Carlton, the Gators have settled in to a nice offensive rhythm. And here's Carlton serving. It's a service ace for Holly Carlton.
Are you kidding me? The highlight package tonight for Carlton is going to be unreal. It already includes digs, aces, kills of her own, and all kinds of assists.
Holly Carlton's 11th ace on the season, and it draws big smiles from the redshirt senior as she heads to the Florida bench, as LSU head coach Fran Flory wants and gets a Tiger timeout here. And we saw, well, before we get to that point, let's take a look at the serve from the 6'7" lefty as the ball, as a knuckleball, just drops as Brister tried to make a dive at it. The ball just floats, missing, and the bottom falls out. What a great serve.
Are there enough hours in the week to practice all the things that Holly Carlton is asked to do? I think for normal people, the answer would be no. But if you've heard Holly speak at any time, you can understand she's not a normal person. Such a high volleyball IQ, so well prepared, and you can see it's paying off right now.
Well, as a sophomore, after transferring from North Carolina, she saw action in all 33 matches back in 2018. Last year started all 32 matches. And this year has started and played in every match. She always has that business-like approach, very level-headed, very much a student of the game, if you will. Really absorbs that scouting report from Dave Booz on the defensive end and on the offensive end from Shannon Wells, the two associate head coaches. And I've seen some spectacular sets, but I'll always remember the one that she made to Rachel Kramer at FSU. That's 6'7", just basically just right across the same plane to 6'8" Rachel Kramer, where they were both up well above the net. It was almost like just handing the ball to her.
Yeah.
A bridge. Here's the serve for Carleton after the timeout, and the service error.
Yeah, going right back at that same spot, and she nearly had it again. In terms of serve receive, Tom, last night LSU really went after Ellie McKissick, passing out of right back in particular, and I thought she handled the pressure exceedingly well. Had a career kind of night. And it's been interesting to see what they would do here today. I wondered if LSU would go after Florida's front row attacker, whichever player is a front row attacker in serve receive, or if they'd, again, try to wear down Ellie McKissick. That time they go at the seam.
Serve creates an overpass from Emmeline Walters and an easy kill in the middle. Opportunistic on Wusi. Wearing the glasses. Remember Sherry Williams wearing those for Florida back in the day. Again, attacking McKissick off the serve, so a bump set from the Gators outside to outside is stuffed.
Not a lot of options there for Thayer Hall. This one is passed right into the block. All she can hope to do is hope for a blocking error, maybe draw a blocker into the net. You really have to credit Taylor Bannister and Onwusi for being right there, holding their ground.
Did you see how far Bannister reached over the net in that replay? Unbelievable. And another big block, this one for Ann Wusi in the middle. And blocks can come in bunches, and blocks are a momentum changer. Mary Wise, recognizing that, takes a Florida timeout, as LSU has drawn to within 3 here in this opening set. The second of 2 here in Gainesville, as the teams in the SEC slated to play 8 other squads in these 2-match mini-series. The COVID schedule, as Florida with the record here tonight coming into action at 9-2, and LSU, Missy, at 3-6. LSU has been on the cusp, though. You can sense, and it goes into the antenna. Tough one for her to get to first and then make a play to the outside attacker there.
Out of
but
system.
LSU back to within 2.
Yeah, out of system, Florida has maybe tried to be a little too perfect. I think right now they just need to hang a ball about 5 feet off the net when they're out of system and take a comfortable rip at it.
This time Carleton will get one all the way to the outside to Thayer Hall. She's blocked, but the block falls in the blue out-of-bounds region around the court. So it goes as a kill.
Florida needed that one, and Thayer Hall knew it. You can see that after the swing, before she goes back to serve, she really gathers the troops around for a short little talk there. And
she'll serve now, as Caesar now rotates into the front row on the opposite side of the rotation for 3 for Florida on the outside hitter position. Tap shot from Bannister, just got over the net. Tiara Caesar, she's in the front row again, announcing her presence with authority there.
You got Bannister blocking the line across from you. You think maybe she'd be trying to swing away from it, but look at her turn this one down the line as LSU does everything they can to take away the angle shot. Holly Carleton, a nice delivery, and nice job by Caesar to see that open line.
Rose goes to Onwusi. Played out of the net by Dooley. That's a middle blocker's dream there to make a play like that, right? That's just out. The up official confirms. Wade Brent says, yes, it was out. Line judge made the correct call. But we will have a challenge from Fran Flory, saying that ball was in.
These are the difficult ones if you're a line judge, because when it's coming at you, you'll have a tendency to think you need to move out of the way. And if you make any movement at all, it's going to be really hard to make the right call. And so I think that's what happened for the line judge here. He was making a movement to get out of the way. As soon as you move and your head moves, it's really hard to make the correct call. And I'm pretty sure this one's going to be overruled.
Well, great look from our crew, headed up by Scott Snyder. And on the screen you can see what can be challenged. We've gone over it for now the last several years as the challenge system put into effect. We're just waiting the official word as the down official Joshua Hall will inform the scorekeepers. And the libero tracker courtside.
And I think that the Florida coaches saw that one on the big screen. They've already taken their seats ready for the next point. No argument here. I think everyone agrees that one was in.
So it's 20-17, not 21-16. And credit the kill to Bannister, and she serves now. So she's out of the front row, but a very dangerous server indeed. That leads the SEC in aces per set. McKissick, that one hard to handle. Somehow Hall got to it. I don't even know who played that. That was an awkward set for Onwusi. Out to Caesar. A lot of great plays being made on both sides of the net. Another one by McKissick. Caesar with the tip. And LSU called for being in the net.
How about the McKissick dig, though? That was gorgeous. Diving into the middle of the court, just stealing a kill from LSU. That's an attack that on most nights is going to go for a kill. And I said moments ago, LSU making Florida earn them. Well, Florida making LSU earn theirs as well.
Fran Flory up again off the LSU bench with a discussion with the R2, Joshua Hall. I think she might be contesting that Florida was in the net on that tap down, and she is contesting that LSU was in the net on that call.
And the reason I say wow is because realize these challenges, you only get 3 per match.
That's 2
and
now.
Even if you're correct, you don't get it
It's
back.
gone.
Yeah, I would love to see them move to a challenge system where correct challenges are then not removed.
I see the left arm
Yeah, that's
of Carly Rose there in the net.
I think the fact that she's so quick to use 2 of these challenges right here in the first set just really speaks to the fact that she knows this young team is right on the brink of taking Florida down. She saw how close they were last night, and she knows that this opening set is going to set the tone, and she is trying to give this team some confidence, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be the left arm of Carly Rose there in the net.
That's what it looked like as we got a super zoom there from our crew. And it stays with Florida, so 2 challenges used already by Fran Flory here in the opening set. And like you said, I think if she thinks she can steal the first set and get that point
and get
reversed.
Florida rattled a little, because Marley Monterey not in the gym tonight, not an option. You don't have your veteran setter. If you can get this Florida team thinking a little bit, get them rattled, I think Coach Flory feels like she'd be in a good place.
Fisher checks in to serve for the Florida Gators. Outside to Flickinger. Diving save by Fisher. Caesar with the biggest blast of the night from Florida's left antenna.
And Fisher joins in the excellent left back play that we're seeing from the Gators. These aren't just big box digs. These are digs on the money coming out of left back. Nice job, Riley Fisher.
Caesar was hot in set number 3 for Florida last evening. She continues in the opening frame tonight with 6 kills in the opening set, Missy. She's been error-free so far, 6 out of 11.
And she just makes it look so easy. Sometimes you turn your head and think, whoa, she's already got 6 kills. So she just does it so effortlessly. And you gotta love the fact that there's a big 0 next to it, not a single error. Florida also doing a really good job of putting Tiara Caesar in good situations, I think, right now.
Caesar had 8 kills in the 3rd set last night, 6 in the 1st set tonight. On fire again, Missy.
Yeah, you gotta love the speed of this offense to the left pin that plays into the athleticism of Tiara Caesar, and her learning the game and choosing the right shot at the right time now to go along with that athleticism. The fact that she knows when to tip, when to go down the line, when to use the roll shot, and then she also knows how to just absolutely unleash, as we saw in that last cross-court angle shot.
And a big smile as she sits on Florida's bench from Tiara Caesar, the redshirt junior from Panama City, up in the panhandle of Florida. 7th in the SEC coming into this series at 3.88 kills per set. You talked about it last night. 2 outsides for Florida, 6 rotation players, both in the top 10 in kills per set. That is quite the offensive set of weapons at that left pin and from the back row, as we've documented.
Yeah. Florida, Kentucky, those are 2 teams that have 2 left sides.
Oh, yes.
So that's exactly where you want to be able to compete with the best in the country. You can't have a rotation where you don't have a quality left side.
Flickinger with the off-speed shot. This is Fisher stepping in to set Sokolowski. And Mia Sokolowski points right at Riley Fisher. Thanks for that delivery.
That's right. Everybody knows it starts with first contact, and the players on the floor, their reaction so often is to turn to the passer. I think sometimes at home we can't appreciate that, but as an attacker, you absolutely can.
Where will Rose go? To the outside again to Flickinger off the net. Forte will play it up off after she was at the block. Caesar delivers another bullet down the line. 7th kill of the opening set. That's 15 in the last 2 sets played between these two squads.
And Caesar just cross-body down the line.
It's
what
set
a
point.
Shot.
That was quite a shot. Out to Flickinger goes LSU. Off hands, it's played up by, guess who? Caesar. Back row attack, Thayer Hall. What a great decision to end the first set as Holly Carlton sets the pipe to Thayer Hall. Florida's outsides combined for 12 kills in the first.
We're big enough, we have a good enough shot selection to be able to terminate balls. We have to swing like we mean it.
Holly Carlton will serve to open up the second frame tonight. If you've just joined us, Marley Monserrat not here tonight, not playing. So Holly Carlton starting at setter and playing all 6 rotations. LSU will set the back row to Bannister. And Bannister from back right. But it landed on LSU's side. I beg your pardon.
That's a
the Florida block there.
That's a really big, important block from Thayer Hall there alongside Lauren Dooley, because you don't want Taylor Bannister to heat up out of the back row. And that's certainly, as we said earlier, a good offensive option for them as they're searching for kills.
This time, Rose goes to the outside to Brister, and Brister evens the score at 1 apiece.
But realize, even choosing to set Taylor Bannister early forces Lauren Dooley to have to wait a little bit before she can release to the outside, and that's exactly what happened there. She had to wait just a second, see where the ball was going, and then she couldn't quite catch up with the speed of the set.
Caesar with second contact out to Hall, and Hall is blocked.
LSU continues to drive balls into right back and really challenge the right back passer, Ellie McKissick, right now. And because of that, we're seeing some out-of-system swings. This is a hard ball to pass.
Another bullet from Rose, and that's an ace for Carly Rose. Carly Rose with her 6th ace on the season to get LSU a lead of 2 early here in the second, 3-1. Again, driving at McKissick, outside to Thayer Hall, and she is blocked. Gators one-dimensional, a lot of balls to the outside. That's Foreman up along with Taylor Bannister.
Not a lot of options right now because of the fantastic serving that we're seeing from Carly Rose. Just balls to the outside, out of system, blockers waiting on Thayer Hall, and this is exactly the start that the Tigers were hoping for.
Thayer Hall blasts one around the block off the arm of Foreman there on the inside of that double block with Bannister. 4-2. Thayer Hall now with 6 kills on the night. She'll serve here. Caesar back in the front row for Florida. Hall can play some defense too with that up. Right side to Bannister goes LSU, and LSU gets the kill from Taylor Bannister. Off of Dooley and Caesar, who were there on the defensive effort for Florida.
And that's a fun matchup to watch. Taylor Bannister blasting into the block of Caesar right there in left front. Watching those two battle is a whole lot of fun.
That one close, but that's what you want to do if you're LSU. Make those passers have to make a decision. That one floated just long. So Riley Fisher checks back in for the Gators here to serve. As LSU with 3 in serve receive. Florida has sent a lot at their offensive hitters in this situation. That one they don't have to play. It was targeted at one of the outsides, Flickinger, but it's a service error for the Gators.
And Riley Fisher has been so good from the service line. Just that driving deep serve that has really allowed Florida to go on some runs. Unfortunately, that one right into the net tape.
Florida's third service error of the evening, as LSU inserts Emmeline Walters back into the lineup to serve here with a 3-point lead in the second set. Carleton back set to Sokolowski. Rose got a hand on it, but it goes as a kill for Mia Sokolowski.
Really great swing there by Sokolowski, who just goes up and uses her length, gets the ball at the highest contact point, and when she does that, those are some hard angles to defend.
High fives abound for her as she heads to the bench, and serving in that spot is Paula Sarame. Let's see who the Gators target with the serve. It's at Flickinger. Rose sets the middle to Onwusi. Somehow Carleton played it up. And Forte will get a kill on an unorthodox play. Stay in the game, stay in the point, and Forte was ready for it. The delivery from Carleton.
Forte does a great job in transition of working hard to be available every single time.
Sarame readies as the Gators have cut this lead now to 1. Make it 2 again for LSU after the service error. The second of the set for Florida.
And a couple missed serves here for Florida in this second set while they're trying to chip away and get back into this one.
The dangerous Bannister serving here for the Tigers. Tight to the net. Somehow Florida keeps it alive as Caesar takes a swing on the outside. And when you're in that zone, you just get it to her and let her do her work. 8th kill and 14 swings, still without an error for Tiara Caesar.
Florida certainly making something out of nothing there, but credit LSU, who's serving the seams really well right now, meaning they're serving it right between 2 players and serve receive, just forcing those players to have to make a choice, and it's causing a lot of errors for Florida.
Flickinger on the outside. Caesar plays it up near the scoreboard. Thayer Hall says, I'm here on the outside now. 7th kill.
How about the patience here all the way around? The ball is so high. Holly Clarkson has to really wait on it. It's just a bump set to the outside. The patience of Thayer Hall for that play to develop, and she was ready when it came to her.
Tied at 7. Out to Flickinger goes LSU. She flicks one, just taps it across the net. Thayer Hall from the right blasts away. She was stuck over there, and Holly Carleton recognized it.
I love it. She picks up the ball in transition, plays it up nice and high so that Holly Carleton can make a set, and as soon as she plays it, she's backing off the net, getting ready to attack from right front. You know she's calling for it nice and loud.
Service ace, Tiara Caesar. Her 12th on the season. Tops on the Gator squad. What an offensive night to this point for Tiara Caesar. And she serves with the Gators up 2 in the second frame. Rose will go outside to Flickinger. She has to send it across to the left hand. McKissick somehow gets there.
At a left back, she gets there. And Carly Rose somehow gets to that one. Wow.
Carly Rose has serious foot speed.
I'd like to see McKissick and her in a foot race, I'm telling you.
Florida now with a 3-point edge after a 5-0 scoring run, forcing Fran Flory of LSU to take the Tiger timeout. All smiles on the Gator bench here in set 2. Tiara Caesar as we come back from the break with an ace. 13 now on the year. 11-7 Florida, extending that scoring run to 6-0.
A big serve out of that timeout because Florida really had it rolling, and you know that LSU was hoping to stem the tide.
Caesar's service run, though, is effective, serving Florida back into the lead. Sprinkled in 2 aces. Now for LSU, one of their outside hitters, the talented freshman from Roanoke, Texas, Paige Flickinger. Serves it right at Caesar. Forte is blocked. I really like the activity in the middle from Onwusi for LSU.
She's doing a really nice job of reading tonight as a young blocker. When she gets overloaded, it tends to be a lot for her, but right now she's just able to key in on one player. She's just sticking with Lauren Forte, shadowing her along the net, and that's really Onwusi at her best.
Carleton sets the outside, and there's Onwusi again making her presence known. Getting out to the block set up there by Carly Rose, and stuffing.
And right now, LSU scoring points the quick way, and that's with blocking at the net, something that Florida is very familiar with. Florida having led the conference in blocks per set the last 3 years.
Where will Carleton go here? To the right side, back row attack, Caesar. Carleton tips it across. Did she get hands? No, she didn't. She just missed, trying to go into LSU's front left. We're tied at 11.
This LSU team just doesn't go away quietly. It looked like the Gators were on an absolute roll, starting to break away, and here come the Tigers.
Aggressive serving has been a big part of it, as Hall is played up there by Flickinger.
Flickinger's such a great ball control player.
Ball in the plane of the net, and there is Brister winning that battle. LSU takes the lead, 12-11.
Florida not doing a great job right now on some of the small balls. Like that particular ball right there, just passed too tight to the net. It doesn't have to be perfect. Keep it a couple feet off the net. Give your offense a chance. I think that's the message here. We need to control the things that we can control easily on our side of the net. Just a few too many errors here for Florida.
And a big part of LSU getting back here in this second set after trailing is Anita Onwusi in the middle.
Absolutely. She scored points quickly with the block, but you can just see how dominant those long arms are at the net. Anything close, and she's getting her hands on it. Great job of shadowing Lauren Forte there, and then the close to the outside. She is really starting to feel it.
And big smiles from the sophomore out of Houston, Texas, Anita Onwusi. As she's got 3 kills on the evening, but even more impressive, 3 blocks. We saw those last 2, Forte and Hall, as she stays, as you said, with Forte in the middle, does her job from the scouting report, and then moves to the block on the right side where Thayer Hall was taking a rip, and a block set up very well there by Carly Rose to allow her to get there set and block.
But we saw LSU go 4 deep at the middle blocker position last night, 3 deep at the outside hitter position, lots of different lineups. You wondered, were they able to find a rhythm? I understand depth is a great thing, but also the rhythm of the match becomes very important, particularly in the skill of blocking. And I think Onwusi right now, finding the rhythm of the match, getting her timing, understanding when to be where, just doing a fantastic job as a young middle blocker.
LSU serving has been tough. Florida only hitting 133 in this second set. Been a lot of out-of-system plays for Florida. A lot of pass set kill in the opening frame. Thayer Hall, that's pass set kill.
Perfect pass from Ellie McKissick, and isn't it easy when first contact is right where it needs to be? Well, it's easy for me to say, isn't it easy? Thayer Hall is the one that has to do this, and she does it very, very well.
Down the line with her 10th kill of the night, surpassing Caesar at the top of the Florida hit parade as McKissick serves. Rose goes behind her to Onwusi. Florida got a touch at the net, though. Caesar from the back row with the kill. She's got 9.
And there's a look at that 4th attacker, if you will, if you include Holly Carleton there in right front with her ability to swing with her left hand. The back row attack of whether it be Hall or this time Caesar becomes that 4th attacker.
McKissick serves Brister outside. LSU goes to Brister. She stays up and played it off the block, though. Around Dooley. And Brister, she's the one who came to LSU to play on the beach squad. And by necessity, hey, come on over and play on the indoor team. And she's been fantastic. This is just her 4th match with the indoor team. Tied at 13 with Chanchuli serving. Out to Hall. With Chanchuli, a rock in back left. Bannister back row. Sarame off the forearms over to Hall. Nice up, Flickinger. Great foot speed by Caesar to get there. Rose swings on the second contact.
Little miscue there between Carleton and Thayer Hall, not able to get the connection they wanted offensively. And I'll tell you what, LSU swinging with confidence, and that's what their coach had hoped for.
Chanchuli serves for LSU with the Tigers up 1. Hall just poked it back across there. Some play in the net. Sarame calls everybody off. Free ball opportunity for LSU. Where do you go? Tight to the net. Rose goes outside to Brister. Look at Carlton noticing the situation. Down the line from the right side, Taylor Bannister blasts away.
Really the first team to get a good swing on the ball in that long rally is this one right here. Taylor Bannister finally gets a good look. And I'll tell you what, couldn't have placed it any better.
Chanchuli, the libero, second on their all-time digs list with the serve there. Out to Thayer Hall, and a severe cut shot on the angle for Thayer Hall. Ends the run of Chanchuli and gets Florida back to within one.
And that's the pass Florida needed. They were so solid passing out of right back, particularly McKissick last night. And I'll tell you what, LSU just continues to go at her, doing everything they can to wear her down, and they've served her tough tonight.
Carlton back now to serve, this time in the rotation. Brister after passing swings, and too much for McKissick to handle, and back left.
Florida gets a one-option situation there. It's a nice serve. Only option is high outside to the left, and they just can't defend it.
Brister's 5th kill on the evening. She has yet to record an error. High volleyball IQ, knows when and how to attack.
Again, the serve into right back.
We have a over-the-net violation called against the Tigers.
And I think this is Taylor. No, that's not on the swing here. It's on that one.
Yeah, that's over the net.
Yeah, when Thayer Hall is in position to make a play on that ball, and Taylor Bannister comes and takes it.
When you're 6'5" and have that wingspan and that reach, it's got to be tempting. That ball just sitting up there. Let me take it. Foreman blasts one into net tape and crawls across for a kill.
For Foreman, that's only her 3rd swing of the evening. Boy, does that kill come at a time when they need it.
LSU with a 2-point lead, and Brister serving. Right side, Sokolowski missed wide.
Sokolowski, very limited playing time so far this year. And you have to feel like if the pass is there this time, wouldn't you guess it's going to go to the left side to Caesar.
As you said, it all starts with the first contact. Thayer Hall has to play it to her fellow outside, and Tiara Caesar just makes it work somehow. Goes up and says, I got this.
Yeah, I like the cleanup there by Thayer Hall. Just stepping in, clearing everybody out, hang a nice high ball to the outside, guarantee that you get a good swing out of it. I think she does a good job of that. Paula Sarame a couple times stepped in and cleared out the mess and hung a nice high ball to the outside.
Fisher back in to serve for Florida. 3 in serve receive for LSU. This one at Chanchuli. Right side Bannister. Sokolowski plays the ball up on the second contact. Right side Bannister again. There's Mia Sokolowski in front right to play it. Caesar off hands, gets yet another kill. Make it now 11 on the night.
I tell you, you notice the arm, but this one is all about the feet for Tiara Caesar. Good footwork to get all the way to that ball so that she has a really nice quality swing and she's able to work it off the hands of the block.
Florida trying to get back even here, trailing by 1. Foreman takes a swing, and again, the net is friendly for Foreman. Florida had a defender in the spot to make that play, but it caught the net and deadened the ball's delivery over the net and fell in front of the Florida back row defender.
Foreman 2 kills on 4 swings, and both of those kills came in that trip right there across the front row.
She'll check at now. And it's Emmeline Walters checking in to serve for the Tigers. Again, Florida with its 2 outside hitters and libero in serve receive. LSU has been targeting the Gator freshman libero quite a bit this evening in McKissick. And they do it again here. Tight ball to the net, but look at the play by Holly Carlton. She just extends those long arms up and makes a perfect delivery to Forte.
And I tell you, with Holly Carlton at setter, if you're going to error high and tight, because that's not a problem for Holly Carlton. She just goes up and gets it.
The tail of the tape on the 2 setters tonight. Holly Carlton 6'7", Carly Rose 5'7". Wow.
And the interesting thing is, Tom, they both do it so well.
Sarame's serve is out. 2018 LSU. And Bannister out of the front row now, though, but serving. Again, Florida with that familiar serve-receive lineup. The two outsides and McKissick. Will they go after McKissick again? It looked like it was heading that way, but it's in the net. So Florida pulls to within one against the Tigers, this scrappy bunch from Baton Rouge. Right on the verge of really this young squad gelling and getting to the next step. As Caesar, Florida's service ace leader on the year, serves one here. Outside to Flickinger. Dug up by Sarame. Sent across by Carlton. And what do we have here? Florida in the net. It's called on Carlton.
So close. Looked like a really nice dig by Paula Sarame, but Carlton just quite not able to make a play on it. Hanging up really tight, and it's really on her follow through because she knows there's a blocker there, and she knows she has to get it past that blocker. Caught
it with the right arm. This time she sets Thayer Hall, and Thayer Hall, another angle shot kill for Thayer. Match high 13 to this point. Again, Florida within one. LSU has been just one step ahead of Florida late here in this second set. The Gators have not been able to get over the hump as Ellie McKissick serves.
Yeah, and credit Ellie McKissick because, you know, they have served her so consistently, and she's had a couple runs there where she hasn't had the perfect pass, and she hasn't allowed it to shake her.
That's long for Carly Rose, but there is a touch at the net as Rose got it off one of the Gator blockers. Will Mary Wise challenge? Yes, she will. Up with the green challenge card, up off the Florida bench quickly.
Yeah.
Boy, if it is, it's just a
inconclusive.
Very small glance.
I think it probably goes down as inconclusive, Tom.
Short serve, McKissick comes in to get it for Florida. Gators must need of scoring a point, and who do they go to? Thayer Hall.
A very irritated Thayer Hall, who I'm sure was like, give me that ball, because she did not think there was a touch on that last play.
Well, she gets her 14th kill and pulls Florida back to within one with Holly Carlton serving.
Thayer Hall now with 14, Tiara Caesar with 11. I'll tell you, LSU really needs Taylor Bannister to stay with those two. She only has 5 kills right now.
Out to Brister, Gators blocked, but a great up on the cover by Flickinger. Speaking of ups, how about McKissick? Carlton steps in and sets the outside. Thayer Hall, but a touch by Foreman on the block for LSU. Bannister back row. Bannister plays the ball behind the block.
Nice high swings there by Brister.
Off the net, Thayer Hall, and she hits it in the net. LSU pulls out with a 2-point lead at 23-21. Florida coach Mary Wise takes the timeout here, her second in this second set. And these long rallies, Missy, is it just me or most of the long rallies have been terminated when LSU gets a look to end these ultra long rallies where we've seen for many plays during the rally, not the most premium looks for the attackers.
Well, and Mary Wise, I saw her going over to her play. She was really wanting a transition dig there, hoping for more than one option because it was one option after one option after one option, and you've got to get Forte involved in the offense. You've got to have, you know, other players to defend. You don't want to become out. I think the key right now is can they get just a little more out of Taylor Bannister so that she can hang with the kill production we're seeing from Thayer Hall and Tiara Caesar. However, LSU has Florida exactly where they want them as they're pushing close to 25 here, leading by 2, 23-21 in this second set. And they had these opportunities on night one, and Coach Flory said, I think when our team watches film, they're going to realize they left a lot of points out there, and the goal was not to do that again tonight.
Serve for Rose, back to live action as Florida will go to Thayer Hall, and she is blocked. And it's been all balls to the left for Florida. 14 and 11 kills for Caesar and Hall, Hall with 14. But it's set point LSU at 24-21.
And Tom, I stand corrected. I said they need to get Forte involved in the offense. In this particular rotation, it's Lauren Dooley in the middle.
Oh, well, you just roll the ball back if you're LSU and say, okay, that's what happened. The pass goes across the net. It was a great serve, forcing a pass that was an overpass, but LSU didn't have someone at the net to just pounce on it and block it back. Second opportunity at set point for LSU. Out to Brister. Save from Caesar. Near the net, Brister again. That's 4 hits. LSU knots this one up at 1 set apiece. They do it mostly with defense and serving in the second frame. Hitting 278 were the Tigers, limiting Florida to 205. But here tonight in Gainesville, the second of 2 matches, it's Florida and LSU tied at 1 set apiece. Florida and LSU doing battle in Gainesville, Florida tonight, and LSU looking for their first win in this series since 2009. Florida has won the last 17 meetings between these two squads, and in that 2009 season, LSU swept the Gators on their way, 23rd season. You can see the excitement in Fran Florey's eyes. It's a young squad with 10 underclassmen and a bright future.
Well, you know, last night it was Florida who had 6 blocks in set 2 alone. And Coach Florey said, we allowed them to dictate the match with their block. Guess what? It was LSU tonight who had 5 blocks in set 2 alone. And look at the box score. Florida only 1 block so far on the night. Of course, those are stuff blocks that go for a point that we're referring to there. I also mentioned the fact that Taylor Bannister not necessarily keeping step with Thayer Hall and Tiara Caesar in terms of kill production, but what LSU is doing so well is what Florida did last night. It's diversity of offense. And the good news for LSU is that if they can win a set without Taylor Bannister having to put forth big numbers, that's a really good thing for the Tigers because they are spreading the ball around. 6 kills for Brister leading the way. Taylor Bannister with 5, 3 for Onwusi. And for Florida, it all comes down to first contact because they became a one-man band. Too many balls to the left side.
Another great serve forces a pass too tight for the net. And Holly Carlton did her best to get a hand on it. But serving and defense, blocking balls has been the story for LSU here, as Missy just alluded to. Off the forearms, Holly Carlton has to play it. But there's Thayer Hall to clean up with her 15th kill of the night.
It's a beautiful swing for Thayer, but again, it's that really tough serve into right back, right at Ellie McKissick, that's putting Florida in really a one-option situation. That's a lot of pressure on Florida's outsides.
Thayer Hall here to serve for Florida, tied at 1 set apiece. Pass made by Flickinger out to Brister. This time Brister hits the ball in the net. That's Brister's first attack error on the evening in 20 swings.
Wow, and that's saying something when you think about the block that she's being asked to go up against to only have 1 error. That is a really quality night for Brister.
So Florida with an early lead, 2-1 here in this 3rd frame. Very pivotal set in this best of 5. As McKissick plays one off the forearms to the right side to Sokolowski. And Mia Sokolowski with the angle shot from the right antenna gets one down.
Really nice swing from the right side for Mia. I think for as well as Holly Carlton is playing at the setting role, we saw where we missed her offense from the right pin at the end of that 2nd set. For Florida, they just didn't have the offense from the right pin. It became all balls to the left side.
LSU will set the middle. Bannister down the middle. We saw this look last night be effective and again tonight.
It's a really good look for Bannister, who is so used to having 2 blockers on her out there at the pin. It's an opportunity against 1 block down the middle where she can swing cross body or wrist away. So many options for her.
Hall has to step in and make second contact. Caesar says, no problem, I'll swing away. Off the net, Flickinger, and got it in.
Wow, big time shot from the freshman Flickinger as she finds the corner there.
Right over Holly Carlton, who was trying to get out of the way, thinking that would be long, but it hugged that back line.
Yeah, just enough wrist action there from Flickinger to find the corner.
In to serve is Jill Bonet for LSU. A different look from the serve line tonight. Again, they serve McKissick. Sokolowski flicks the wrist from the right. Flickinger off the net. McKissick diving again. We seem to say that almost every rally. Bannister from the right. Dooley plays the ball up for Florida.
Ooh, swinging into
a double block
Bannister there. That's going to be
and Foreman.
tough.
LSU takes the lead 4-3. A lot of balls to the outside for Florida. We haven't called anything to the middle in recent memory. LSU has been blocking the ball in bunches. Set 2 and now into set 3. There's one to the middle, but Dooley didn't get much on it. Out to Flickinger goes LSU. Caesar from the floor has to just pump one into back right of LSU, and they go to Bannister. Caesar makes a great play. Free ball for LSU. Where do they go?
Caesar still not on the floor. Caesar over here in the bleachers. Taylor Bannister would have had absolutely no blocker home. Absolutely no blocker home. They set the middle and they get the kill anyway.
There's the effort from Caesar. Look out for someone shooting still photographs here tonight. And you often want to try to go to the middle quickly in transition when you've got someone out of system defensively, but
I'm just thinking I would have liked to have seen Taylor Bannister with absolutely no blocker at home just crush one. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Taylor Bannister, again, second in the league in kills per set behind DeBerg from Missouri, excuse me. Over 4.3 a set. Caesar swings, Caesar kills. Florida within 1.
And right now for LSU, Flickinger in the front row, but Brister, who is opposite her and would come in here in 2 rotations across the front, is getting some medical attention on the side. I would expect her to come back in 2 rotations, but we will see.
Here's Riley Fisher serving, inserted in the lineup here for Florida. Flickinger just misses it long. So we're tied at 5.
And that's a good look at Brister there on this sideline. As you can see, it just looks like some stretching, some attention to a sore area. That knee was wrapped up. She took that off, and they've been working on her ever since she exited the match.
Bannister blasts away from the right. LSU retakes the lead. What a weapon.
Yeah, we've seen some gorgeous line shots tonight. Lots of credit to some good setting that we're seeing on both sides of the net.
Bannister with 7 kills on the evening. She owns the second highest kill total in an SEC match on the year. 1 behind DeBerg. She's had 27 in the match. As LSU up by 1, serving. Forte played up nicely by Carly Rose. Out to Flickinger, the tip shot. Sokolowski line one's up. And she kills it off the block attempt. Yvonne Wusi out there with Flickinger.
A little offense aside from the outside hitter. So that's good news for Florida, who had that middle established early in set 1, and it really has not been able to make the connection here later in this match.
Coming into tonight, Sokolowski only played in 2 sets, 1 set in each of the Georgia matches here. Second night, inserted into the lineup for more blocking power against those 2 Georgia outsides. Onwusi swings, redirected by Carlton, and it's out.
LSU.
And what a night Onwusi is having. Just looking so confident, getting better and better as this one goes on.
Bannister set to serve again for Florida, and serve receive the 2 outsides and the libero. LSU has served mostly at McKissick, the libero, and again at her. Caesar has to make a save of some kind, and it just goes out of bounds.
I tell you, I thought maybe LSU would come off of McKissick tonight after going at her so hard last night, but I'll tell you what, they just continue.
Staying with it.
Yeah, continue to put pressure on her. Mentally, that can just wear you out.
Again at McKissick, this time steps in, makes a nice pass. Forte, just a push shot into Onwusi. I think she was maybe expecting the hard driving ball. So good off-speed ball, if you will, from Lauren Forte. 6th kill on the evening for the transfer from Cal, who last night had 8 in 16 swings in the opening match of this 2-match set. Out to Flickinger. Well, there's the big block of Holly Carlton. Up alongside was Forte.
Yeah, this is really nice work by Holly Carlton, who makes the move and then the penetration, and you see the big reaction from Carlton, who's usually very steady.
Reserved, right?
But yeah, she wanted that one.
Rose will go to the back row to Bannister. Off-speed shot. The Florida back row defenders, Sarame, Caesar, and McKissick were deep, anticipating a big drive ball with 3 blockers in the middle.
Nice job there by Taylor Bannister because she doesn't drop the elbow. Keeps the arm up high, doesn't give that one away to the defenders and allow them to release early, plays it up high over the block. That was just a gorgeous shot.
Flickinger serves.
Another first contact for Florida that gives them limited options.
And a good response from Sarame to get to the ball, but can't control it. Again, Carly Rose on second contact, making her presence known. 3rd kill on 6 fairly well-timed swings from that setter spot.
Florida needs something a little better here out of serve receive. Maybe they can work the ball to Lauren Forte.
Or let Holly Carlton take second contact.
And that's always a good option.
Such a dangerous player when she's in the front row at 6'7" and a naturally left-handed player to take that ball and do some damage with it. For Holly Carlton, 3rd kill on the evening to match her counterpart, Rose across the net at the setter spot. McKissick serving. And there is Florida saying no to Onwusi.
Yeah, not the swing they wanted, but these outside hitters for LSU, Flickinger and Brister, not only are they good offensively, but wow, do they do a good job of keeping LSU in system on first contact.
Tied at 10, here's McKissick. Back row attack, Bannister had to readjust and just hit that one in the net. She had to reach back and get it and take a half step back.
Yeah, Carly Rose well off the net, just trying to hang a high ball up high, and I think Taylor Bannister got ahead of that one. You got to kind of know where your setter is, what position she's in, wait on her.
So Florida on a 3-0 scoring run to take the lead 11-10. As Brister makes the pass there, back row Bannister, and that one's in the net. And she shakes her fists at her player saying, that was my fault. Florida now with a 2-point lead at 12-10, and Fran Flory doesn't like the way this match is trending. Dave Booz with some words for Florida outside hitter, team leader, Thayer Hall. Gators up by 2.
Campus USA photo of the match. Good one. Florida Gators would like to thank Campus.
9th-ranked Florida in a battle on night 2 of these back-to-back nights in SEC volleyball action. Up by 2 after the LSU timeout with McKissick serving. Brister on the outside, played up by McKissick for Florida. Thayer Hall with the tap shot. Out to Brister again and blocked by Holly Carlton alongside Lauren Dooley. But Holly Carlton, as you said on her last block, really getting more emotionally involved in it. Big blocks will do that.
Yeah, she's got her game face on tonight, doing whatever it takes to put points on the board.
McKissick with that approach, which kind of 90 degrees to the end line. Brister again on the outside. McKissick played it up. Can they get it over? No. So Brister credited with the kill. Her 7th on the evening.
Brister just going after that sharp angle shot to avoid that big block of Holly Carlton, of course, and Lauren Dooley. Not a lot of people have that range to find their way around that block. Really nice job by Brister.
Chanchuli serves for LSU. McKissick with a solid pass there, all the way out to Thayer Hall. Through the block, but Rose played it up behind the block. Both teams touching a lot of balls at the net. As Carlton goes back set, back row, Caesar. And she sails one long. That's just
Carly
Caesar's
Rose.
second attack error.
Carly Rose, though, keeping that ball alive early in the rally is really the story of that point. Most players, that's a dead ball, but the reaction time of Carly Rose, unbelievable.
LSU trims the lead of the Gators to 1 here in this frame. Carlton will go outside to Hall. She's blocked. Foreman and Carly Rose. That was mostly Carly Rose, if not all. We're tied at 13.
And for Florida, it's the outsides who have the big numbers. Thayer Hall, Tiara Caesar with 15 and 12 kills apiece, but also the majority of the sets. And so they're becoming easier and easier to defend.
McKissick steps in and sets Carlson on the right. Sarame has to play a ball up. Bannister back row loads up. Again, a long rally. Free ball for Florida here. And Thayer Hall misses.
And again, in that long rally, Florida doesn't get the best first contact, which means another ball high outside to Thayer Hall.
So Mary Wise calls a timeout here as LSU has retaken the lead. Fran Flory, sensing a momentum shift in this match, took an LSU timeout at Florida 12, LSU 10, and LSU battles back now to take a 1-point lead in what Missy is a pivotal third frame, tied at 1 set apiece in this best-of-5 match. And they've done it with a lot of defense and a diverse offense. You look at what LSU has done. Bannister 8, Brister 7, 3 apiece for Flickinger and Onwusi and Rose and Foreman. So they've done it with distribution across the net. As we take a look at the impact players in our match tonight, as Caesar for Florida has her third double-double on the season tonight. Thayer Hall with 15 kills, and Bannister and Brister, not as gaudy in numbers offensively, but they've really turned in complete games in other aspects as well of what they have to do and what they've been called to do in terms of blocking, in terms of ball control for Brister. They've done a nice job for LSU in that diverse offense that they've run.
I think the big difference there is that Bannister and Brister play left side and right side. So you're looking at more of a spread offense style. You know, you've got the setter shooting it out to the left pin and then behind to the right, keeping the blockers guessing. For Florida, those two impact players both at the left pin, it's becoming a very one-dimensional look.
And one thing for Florida, Missy, that with Holly Carlton now with the setting duties, last night exclusively on the right side, she had 10 kills.
Yep.
One of the players we talked about who had a big impact on the match, she and Caesar last night, the only two Gators in double digits. You take that out of Florida's repertoire. Mia Sokolowski tonight with 4 kills in that role on the right side opposite the setter. And we've seen Carlton get some kills on second contact, but she is really effective, almost a go-to player in crunch time when Florida needs one. Overpass played by Foreman of LSU. Brister with another diving save by McKissick. Free ball played up by Brister of LSU. That's set to no one. Somehow Foreman got it across. Bannister on the deck.
Flickinger keeps that alive with good first contact.
Didn't get a lot on that one, did Carlton and Rose. You could sense that was going to be in the net. It didn't seem like she elevated like she normally does.
I think she thought twice. She just hesitated, and then she decided to go for it, and Chanchuli had made the awesome diving play into the middle of the court there. Wow, good defense all the way around for LSU.
14-14, Holly Carlton serving. Out to Brister. There's McKissick in back left again. She's gotten a lot of action over there. Back row Bannister in the net. So Florida retakes the lead 15-14. Other than the second set last night, this has been a hotly contested match. Long rallies, never give up on either side. We highlighted at the beginning that McKissick had 24 digs last night for Florida, keeping balls alive. Chanchuli was in double digits as well for LSU. Was that a block or in the net?
I think that was into the net.
Okay, 4 hits, yep. So we're tied at 15 after the attack error from Tiara Caesar. 15 digs last night for Chanchuli out of their 41. But that big number for McKissick, she was just flying around on the back row defense. Overpass for McKissick there, and easy pickings for Foreman.
Carly Rose just has McKissick's number right now, driving balls into right back, and LSU certainly winning the serve pass battle.
Again, for Florida, we've said it often, the two outsides and McKissick, and they keep sending balls at McKissick. That one's over the net and back from Brister. Those are 2 overpasses in a row. 17-15, that's the difference here in this set to this point, those last 2 points.
Florida's gonna make a change. Move McKissick out of right back. She's passing the middle of the floor.
So here we go. McKissick steps in and cuts off Hall. Hall from the right side. Got it down for the kill. Different look. Another kill, though, for Thayer Hall.
I actually like that change. It's a little risky because if there's not a good pass, now Thayer Hall's only over there in right front to take a swing. But I like her swinging from right front. It's something different for her out of serve receive. You do have Caesar coming out of the back row as an option, and McKissick nailed the pass out of the middle of the court.
Rose has to track one down, so Bannister will roll one across the net, played up by Sokolowski. Kill for Tiara Caesar.
And an almost saved by Reagan Chanchuli, who we just haven't mentioned enough. One of the greats at LSU, nearing all-time career digs. For the Tigers, she already has 11 tonight.
She came into play on this 2-match sets. 35 short of the all-time LSU record. She's inching ever closer. Brister tries to go down the line around Sokolowski and missed it wide. Florida retakes the lead here, 18-17. And Fran Flory wants to keep it close. Does not want to let Florida get off on a run here in this third set. Tied at 1 set apiece. Wants to get the group back together and plot strategy and serve receive to stem this Florida 3-0 scoring run.
Yeah, so often we see coaches do everything they can to hold on and not take a timeout until that media timeout comes at 15. But here we sit at 18-17, and Fran Flory of LSU has already taken 2. Mary Wise has already taken 1. I mean, these coaches do not want to let set 3 slip away. Tied at 1 set apiece, they know how important this one is.
And Florida has turned up the defensive intensity in this third set. With 2 blocks, they only had 1 coming into the set. LSU has maintained that level of blocking rhythm and numbers. They also have 2. But Florida has also touched a lot of balls missing and also altered some shots, as LSU has more errors than kills to this point in the third set, hitting a negative number. And that's partly due to what Carleton has done on the right against their left side attackers with combination with Dooley and Forte, as Holly Carleton thrust into the starting setter role tonight. Marley Monserrat not able to go. Holly Carleton with 36 assists on the evening, as you see in the graphic. She has, among active players, the most triple doubles in the NCAA in her career. Of course, those being when she was at North Carolina. 6 rotation setter hitter in that lone season at Carolina in 2017. Redshirted in 2016, then transferred to Florida. Now a redshirt senior. Business-like approach to the game. We've seen some emotion though earlier though.
Yeah, you saw her numbers. She was also in on 2 of Florida's 3 blocks, by the way. I mean, she is just absolutely getting it done.
After the LSU timeout, Thayer Hall serves for the 3rd time in this turn in her in the rotation. Rose goes to the outside to Brister. There's McKissick again in back left. Caesar with a well-placed tip. Caught Bannister on her way down. Perfectly placed.
Yes, it was. It doesn't get much better than this. Just over the block and right along the line, because like Florida, they're asking their offside hitter to release across and pick that tip shot up. And that's probably the one shot that Brister could not have gotten to.
I'm surprised she got there and got a hand on it.
Yeah, she almost made a play on that. Unbelievable.
Free ball for Florida here. Where does Carleton go? To the middle. And Dooley will kill it. Too much for Chanchuli to handle in back left.
Yeah, Holly Carleton's coming out of the back row right now, so taking it over on 2, not an option for her, but she can go up and save those tight passes, and that's exactly what she does there.
So Thayer Hall with her 5th serve this turn in the rotation for Florida. Chanchuli with a great pass out to Brister, off hands. Good job by the Gator block, touching a ball. Sokolowski on the right. Sokolowski delivers! Mia Sokolowski with her 5th kill on the evening.
That has been her shot. She continues to go to it, and why not? She's got a nice little rhythm here, swinging high, cross court, forcing the setter there to try to play defense, but too hot to handle.
Thayer Hall serving Florida into the lead as Foreman with the quick middle set delivers for LSU. And for Whitney Foreman, 5 kills, 7 swings without an error. She's been effective tonight when LSU's been able to get the ball to her.
I'll tell you what, she's been clutch because they've set her in some really must-have situations, and she's playing like the veteran that she is.
Back in to serve for LSU is Jill Bonet. Boy, they keep serving McKissick, do the LSU servers.
Oh.
Flick of the wrist, kill for Mia Sokolowski again from the right. She came into action tonight with only 1 kill on the season.
And when you've got the reach from Mia Sokolowski, just go up and get it. And as you said, just enough wrist action to find the floor there in front of the defender. But hey, hats off, Ellie McKissick passing out of the middle of the court, nails another one.
And do you think on the LSU scouting report there was any mention really of Mia Sokolowski?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Foreman with another swing and another kill. 6-0-8 her stat line.
Talk about wrist action. How about that ball swinging across the body deep into the right back corner. Great job by Foreman.
And changes for both squads as here in serving for LSU is Emmeline Walters. Back in right back in the serve receive is McKissick again. We saw the Gators switch up the lineup a little bit, but back to what we usually see. Thayer Hall takes this one. Sokolowski off hands, dug up by Walters. Out to Flickinger. There's Holly Carlton getting to it. Great up from Rose. Flickinger again, and that's long.
I'll tell you what, LSU has not been blocked tonight. They haven't allowed Florida to get that momentum and score the easy points. They've made some errors. They've been really aggressive, but they've played around Florida's block. They haven't allowed that block to dictate the game.
Sarame back in serving here for Florida in this spot. 4-point lead late here in the third set. Flickinger makes the pass. They go right side to Bannister, and again, the roll shot. The back row defenders dug in for a big rip, and Bannister with a nicely placed ball. 23-20.
And when you swing as high and hard and as deep as she does, you open up a lot of court in front of the defenders, and now she's taking advantage of that court. Good job by Hall to cut that off.
And another place tip, this time for Tiara Caesar.
Tiara Caesar, you felt like for her the next step in her game was not just the right shot, but the right shot at the right time. She had the shots, it was learning to take the right shot at the right time, and wow, it seems like she's learned how to do that for sure.
Set point Florida. A bullet from Caesar. Out to Flickinger, another up from McKissick. Back row Caesar, and why not? Hail Caesar! As Florida takes set number 3 and trot off the court now with a 2-1 lead in a tightly contested match against the LSU Tigers. A great up from McKissick. Carlton, the back row attack, ends set number 3 as Carlton and Caesar celebrate. Tightly fought contest tonight in Gainesville between LSU and number 9 Florida. The Gators limit LSU to only 24 hitting efficiency in that recently concluded third set. And the Gators have really had a optimum offensive output tonight, already with 51 kills on the night, Missy.
Yeah, those offensive numbers look like a big swing in favor of Florida, and yet LSU has been right there in every set, and I think that just speaks to how hard this group of Tigers plays. They are right there in every set. Do not give up. Play from point 1 to point 25. There is so much to like about this young group of Tigers.
Florida's outsides of those 51 kills have 32. 16 apiece for Tiara Caesar and Thayer Hall.
I think the big reason Florida's outsides have all those numbers has a lot to do with the service pressure from LSU. They've created a lot of pressure from the service line and put Florida in one-option situations.
For Caesar, that's just 2 off her season high. She had 18 in the second match against Georgia. Thayer Hall's season high is 20. As Holly Carlton serves to open up the fourth set for Florida. LSU a must-win situation as a joust. Dooley will send it back. Oh, what a great play by Flickinger to get there. McKissick cut out of the way just in the last minute, saying that's going to go wide off of Brister.
But it's plays like that by Flickinger that allow this LSU team to stay in any rally. They are just right there with you.
Holly Carlton delivers the ace. Holly Carlton has served it well tonight for the Florida Gators, and for Holly, her second ace on the evening.
It's been hard to get LSU out of system, let alone ace them. So that's a really quality serve from Holly Carlton.
Out to Brister. Another dig for Caesar. She adds to her double-double total. And another kill for Caesar from the back row. What a weapon for Holly Carlton, setting tonight for Florida to be able to go to.
And that's not an easy set. This isn't a high ball that you're just hanging up to the back row. This is a tempo set coming out of the backcourt. Holly Carlton, wow, what she can do
What
it
a
all.
drop! Did you see the drop on that ball? It crossed maybe over the 10-foot line and dropped 3 feet.
And wasn't I just saying she can do it all? And she proves me correct. Look at the serve, amazing.
2 service aces in the set for Carlton to open up the frame. Another good short ball. Dooley just taps it across again, but Foreman's there.
There's Flickinger.
Brister, McKissick again. Back row Caesar. Oh, I think she was in no woman's land, if you will.
Yeah.
Where do I go? Oh, wait a minute. No.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give her that one. She does way too many things well for LSU. I mean, everyone's allowed one error on the night.
And if you're the Florida coaching staff, you've got to be thrilled with the way Carlton served it to open up this fourth frame. With Foreman tipping it across, and Florida's in the net.
Net violation on the Gators.
Was that Thayer Hall, I believe? LSU on the board, 5-1 Gators. Must-win situation for LSU, down a set.
Interestingly, Tom, this is not a set 5, but at Mizzou, when LSU went to 5 with Mizzou 2 nights in a row, Mizzou went out on a 5-0 run both of those nights in set 5.
I was reading that.
So late in the match, you know, coming out at the beginning of the set and not allowing the other team to take control is something that LSU is still trying to learn how to do.
You played the game. Does that psychologically wear on you just a bit?
I think it does. I really do. You know, to have that happen again and again and again, because you start worrying, thinking, oh, we can't let that happen. You really create the pressure is what you do.
You just keep playing, give it to Bannister, who delivers yet another kill to get to double digits, 10 on the night. This is where LSU, though, has got to bear down and get back in it, down 4. Got to get some runs when serving. Can't just afford to trade serves, trade side outs with Florida. Back row, Thayer Hall. Bannister, back-to-back kills for Taylor.
Nice, easy swing for Taylor Bannister, and they find the kill down the middle for her moments ago and then set her at the right pin, and she really didn't have to even hit that one hard. That was all about ball placement.
Jill Bonet spins it and prepares the serve. Kind of like McKissick with that 90-degree approach to the serve. Sokolowski from the right side with her 7th kill on the night.
Good job by McKissick, looking confident there, passing out of the middle of the court. And Sokolowski then has an opportunity where she doesn't have 2 blockers lined up on her, and that's kind of what the left sides for Florida have been dealing with. 2 blockers, 2 blockers. Finally, Forte in across the front row for Florida. I feel like we haven't called her name much lately.
Fisher is in as well, serving for the Gators, as Foreman gets the kill. She has been money. She's hitting 800, 8 kills and only 10 swings without an error.
If you're a middle blocker, it doesn't have to be the hard hit ball to the floor. If you can learn to swing to those deep corners, you can make a living on that.
So LSU, Foreman out, on Wusi back in the middle, and serving in the spot in the rotation for Foreman. Here's Walters. Solid pass from Thayer Hall. Forte with the kill off of Onwusi.
And Onwusi's still doing a great job of shadowing Forte. She was right there. The ball just off of her block falls down on the LSU side of the net, but she's really doing a good job of staying with Forte.
Forte's numbers good on the evening, 7-1-9, 667. And they've been able to get to the ball to the transfer middle. Sarame. Late pass by Flickinger. Right side Bannister off the net. And it's just out, just wide.
Was wide. Point, Florida.
Sarame was right there, tracking it. Dangerous spot here for LSU, down 5. Can't afford to fall much further behind here. Trailing a set. Great one-handed set by Rose. Caesar pounds away for number 18, matching her season high.
And Holly Carlton just kind of takes care of the mess, steps in and hangs a bump set up there that's very swingable. In fact, it's very killable, and that's exactly what Tiara Caesar does. She just drills it down the line.
And what great vision from Tiara Caesar. Noticing that Bannister was not sitting on the line, she goes down the line, finds the gap, and gives Florida a 6-point lead as we head to break from Gainesville. Back to live action. Sarame serves for Florida and just wide. Trying to pin Flickinger on that far sideline. Make her make a decision. She made the right one as it sailed wide. The service error for Sarame.
Flickinger passed one early in that service run of Paula's running that I thought probably was out of bounds. That time she lets it go.
Bannister. Again, Holly Carlton, second contact kill. Give Holly 4 on the evening.
She's got the height, she's got the strong left hand. Absolutely should be taking some of these over on 2. You know, be that third attacker for yourself. Spread the offense out.
Holly Carlton also with 3 service aces, 7 digs, 2 blocks on the night. She's been great in every aspect of the match. LSU goes to the back row to Bannister. This time she powers one.
And you feel like down 6 here in a must-have set for LSU. It feels like we'll get a heavy dose of Bannister. We'll see what happens.
Took the words right out of my mouth. You go to your money player in crunch time. As here's Flickinger serving for the Tigers. It caught the net and crept across. Service ace, Flickinger.
We've also seen a change in the front row as Dylan Mayberry now in across the front court, where we have seen Brister in the past. And we mentioned earlier how she was off getting some medical attention. Looked like she's dealing with an injury. So they're going to go with Mayberry now here late in the match.
Nice up from Flickinger. Back row Bannister. Again, McKissick up to the task, making 18 digs. Onwusi with a nice tooling of the hands. Pulls LSU to within 3 at 11-8.
Onwusi such a threat if she can just transition on and off every time. She is a threat as long as she's in the air.
And we back to Mayberry for a second. We saw her in the opening set last night before giving way to Brister. As a free ball here for LSU. Onwusi, but the Gators somehow keep it alive. Here's a free ball opportunity for the Tigers. Back row. And another well-placed roll shot. Heavy top spin ball. 2 points is the Florida lead. And Mary Wise wants and gets a Gator timeout. And as you said, she just goes up like she's going to blast it, doesn't give it away, and a well-placed roll shot misses.
Yeah, just enough on Woosie to maybe open things up a little for Taylor Bannister. And I'll tell you what, all of a sudden it looks like trouble.
LSU on a 4-0 scoring run to force this Florida called timeout. As Taylor Bannister now up. She's second in the league in kills per set. As we looked at the numbers coming out of the first timeout called for LSU, they were very low in terms of hitting efficiency. In Florida, still there, hitting the ball well in this third frame. But LSU, with some kills from Taylor Bannister, find themselves now just 2 points down in this must-win situation for Fran Flory and the LSU Tigers, as the Gators trying to close it out. LSU wants to try to get to that race to 15 in 5, and LSU on the season has played in 3 5-set matches. They've lost all 3, the last 2 coming on the road in Columbia, Missouri against the Tigers. Gators have only played in 1 5-set match on the year, that being the second of 2 up in Columbia, South Carolina against the Gamecocks. So LSU has been tested deeper into matches than Florida has frequency this point in the season.
LSU, that 267 here in the 4th set, looks pretty respectable, quite honestly, but Florida hitting 545 is why they've got the 2-point edge. Interestingly, Taylor Bannister not even in the front row right now for LSU, but she maybe has been just as dangerous, if not more so, out of the back row.
Flickinger, after the Florida timeout, serves for the Tigers. Out to Hall, down the line, played up by Bannister. That's Mayberry out there now. Jump set to the outside, Hall, off-speed shot, kill, Thayer Hall. Make it 17 kills on the evening for Thayer.
Not quite the connection, but really a smart shot by Thayer, because we just mentioned moments ago that Dylan Mayberry in the match for the first time and coming all the way from left to front to try to pick up that off-speed. That's a tall order.
McKissick set to serve for Florida, trying to extend on a 3-point lead. And she'll do it with an ace.
She's been the one trying to pass from the sideline all night, and now she goes after LSU, giving them a little of their own medicine.
6th service ace for the Gators, first on the evening for McKissick. Caught net, make it back-to-back aces. Pretty effective timeout for Florida. At 11-9, they've scored the last 3, with 2 of them being McKissick aces. Another solid serve, Chanchuli with the pass, moving to her right. How about another dig for Caesar? Rose goes middle. What a save, McKissick with the right arm. On Lucy again, says, take that one.
That's a hard shot to defend when you start throwing it around the court. There's all sorts of little open spaces. Good little run there by McKissick from the service line. LSU passing only 2 in that particular rotation, and she took advantage of that.
Onwusi exits the court now with 5 kills on the evening as LSU continues to serve. As a second contact swing for Holly Carlton sails wide. I like the thought, but not quite there, just wide.
Yeah, I think if the pass had been about a foot closer to the net, and she could have come through and finished that swing.
Chanchuli, again at McKissick. To the outside, Thayer Hall is blocked. Carly Rose. She just is not afraid to mix it up. She's a good blocker.
It was a perfect pass. I mean, I really thought Carlton had the option to take a swing at it. She had Lauren Dooley coming right in front of her. She went past all of those and went with the set outside. Another error here from Florida.
Point LSU.
Holly Carlton, again, like the thought process. That one was a little tighter to the net, but she misses it, trying to go wide. 1 point, Florida lead. This time Carlton will push it out to Thayer Hall, and Thayer Hall delivers with number 18.
Big swing by Thayer Hall. We've seen some offense from Lauren Dooley in this 2-match series, but in these closer sets here in sets 3 and 4, Florida doesn't seem like they have the confidence to go to her and serve receive. And also realize they do have Holly Carlton setting tonight, so big changes on the floor for Florida.
Back row Bannister, and it's just long.
The attack was long. Point Florida.
That one almost grabbed the back line. 16-13. As Bannister's been effective from the back row tonight. Mayberry, McKissick with yet another dig. That's 20.
That's a great transition dig.
Bannister back row. There's that roll shot. Played up by Sokolowski of Florida. Flickinger plays it up for LSU. And Mayberry gets her name on the stat sheet with her first kill of the night.
Good swing by Mayberry. And for Florida, this is a tough rotation. Huge blocking presence in Mia Sokolowski and Lauren Dooley, but not a lot of offensive choices. And so there's a lot of pressure on Thayer Hall. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of Tiara Caesar out of the back row.
Out to Hall. Off hands, kill for Thayer Hall. Now at the top of the hit parade with 19. One off her season high.
And interestingly, Carly Rose has done a really good job on that right side block against Thayer Hall, but Taylor Bannister now the bigger blocker in the front row, and Thayer Hall doing a great job using her hands.
Thayer now serves after registering her 19th kill on the night. Bullet serve played by Flickinger of LSU. Out to Mayberry. Another up for McKissick. She gets up off the deck to play it across. Free ball LSU to Foreman. And she just missed it long. Her first error on the evening.
And not by much.
Not by much. Cue up the old Maxwell Smart. Missed it by that much. It was close, but out as the Gators force another LSU timeout and extend a lead here late in set number 4 to 18-14. So LSU now out of timeouts. Florida has burned one here in the 4th set. And this is when adjustments again come into play. If you're Fran Flory and you see how this is unfolding, where do you go, Missy? But first we'll take a look at these Florida terrific outsides. Caesar tying her season high with 18, and Thayer Hall just one off of her season high at 19. They've both been very effective offensive weapons tonight.
Yeah.
Highly efficient night for Caesar, hitting almost 400.
I really want Thayer Hall to get a couple more digs just so we can say we had a double from our outsides. That's what I'm going for here, because wow, what a great performance by those two.
Well, and these two outside hitters, what a luxury for the coaching staff at Florida to have. 2-6 rotation, never leave the floor, outside hitters who are great with ball control, digging balls in the defense. They both are superb blockers, but they really thrive when they can take swings from that left antenna and deliver terminations of rallies.
Yeah, I think, obviously with the huge adjustment tonight that Flores had to make in the absence of Marley Monserrat, Holly Carlton can't even begin to say enough good things about her. We saw the middle production slip as the match has gone on, and a lot of that has to do with what we are seeing from LSU from the service line. They've kept a lot of pressure on these Florida passers, and to some extent eliminated that middle attack a little, because you have to think that if you don't have your typical setter on the floor, that working the balls to the middle is difficult enough as it is. So if you move to a setter who doesn't spend as much time in that position, that is going to be a really difficult connection, and it's put a lot of pressure on the outsides for Florida. They are producing, but they're having to do it with a lot of blocks up in their face.
Bannister tries to push one. Sokolowski and Dooley say, not on our watch.
And this is exactly the upside of Mia Sokolowski and Lauren Dooley out on the floor for you. They can score points in the blocking game.
Florida with a 5-point lead late here in set 4. Must-win situation for LSU to try to force another frame. Here's the Thayer Hall serve. To Foreman. Carlton couldn't quite get there on the diving attempt. The kill for Whitney. Foreman gets back into the hit parade. Now 9-1-12 on the night. Highly efficient for the junior from Houston.
Really nice connection between Carly Rose and Whitney Foreman, who just have that ability to find each other out there. You can tell they've played together for a while now, and just the way that they can find each other even as Carly Rose is coming off the net.
McKissick. And a block of Dooley. It's in. There's Foreman playing defense.
Perfect pass by McKissick. You have that opportunity to set the middle, but you just don't get the conversion that you're hoping for. Lauren Dooley has a little bit slower arm swing out of the middle, and it gives the block some time there.
Where will Carlton go? To the right. Mia Sokolowski with the kill. And matching her career high in assists, 51st for Holly Carlton.
Wow, that was a wow swing by Mia Sokolowski. When she gets on top of a ball, wow, can she get it to the floor in a hurry.
Everyone goes silent as Riley Fisher steps in to serve for Florida. To the right side to Bannister. Thayer Hall had a beat on her, but that ball was on top of her in a hurry. Great swing from Taylor Bannister. 14th kill on the night. Crunch time here. Let's see how both teams respond as Walters checks in to serve for LSU. And Forte back on the court for Florida. Sokolowski from the right. Another kill for Mia Sokolowski. Make it 9. She's just 2 off her career high.
And there it is again, the Mia Sokolowski swing looking so nice. She's been asked to play, as we mentioned earlier, so many different positions over the course of her career, but all of a sudden she's looking like a legitimate right side threat.
As Sarame now checks in to serve with Florida and a 4-point lead. Free ball opportunity for Florida. Caesar loading up on the outside, but they go middle to Forte. Does Holly Carlton, and Forte delivers the kill.
I'll tell you what, Thayer Hall steps in there with a really nice transition dig. She uses her hands, plays the ball above her head, and places it right on top of Holly Carlton, and that's how you get the middle involved.
5-point lead late here in set 4 for Florida. Serve Sarame. Pass Flickinger of LSU, out to the outside to Flickinger. Gators block it. It's Carlton and Forte.
And Coach Fran Flory wondering if perhaps Gators were in the net, I think. Lots of movement from the net there, but I think it was I think it might have been the ball hitting both the block and the net there off of the swing from LSU.
She only has 1 challenge left. As Sarame serves it. Caught a little net. Bannister from the right. Up from Thayer Hall. Look out, Sarame trying to pursue it on the other side of the net. Bannister now with 15.
And all of a sudden, right behind Bannister, guess who's second in kills for LSU? Whitney Foreman with 9, who has just come storming onto the scene in sets 3 and 4.
Carlton off the forearms out to Caesar. Down the line, played up by Bannister.